Welcome to Hear the Word. I'm Brother Tom, a new church member. The church she was a member of was over 100 miles away. She attended faithfully every week. It was a long drive, but some things are worth the effort. Then the church adopted a new rule. Do not attend here unless you receive the jab. God's Holy Spirit within her convicted her to not take the experimental drug. She was no longer welcome to worship there. We're thrilled that the Lord led her to our church. What a blessing she is to us, and what a blessing the church seems to be to her. That's the way that it should be. Churches must have rules in harmony with their Bible convictions. For example, everyone and anyone is welcome to worship the Lord at our church. I say our church, actually the church belongs to Jesus. We are privileged to be part of His church. So while the doors are open for all to worship, there are requirements to become a member of the church. Unmarried couples of opposite sexes living together in a physical relationship must either establish separate households or get married. We're not punishing their behavior. We're trying to follow the Bible. If sinners were not allowed inside the building would remain empty. Jesus died and rose again to establish and build His church. Matthew 16:18, Jesus said, "And I also say unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." Jesus builds His church on the statement Peter had just made. Matthew 16:16, Simon Peter answered and said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus established His church. Jesus builds His church. Jesus protects His church. He instructs us to attend and be faithful to His church. Hebrews 10:25, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Many wonderful church services are free for the watching. Television and internet worship services are wonderful. Attending a church service in person is so much more of a blessing. Someone has said watching a fire on the TV is pretty, but there is no warmth. Assembling together with other Christians adds so much more to the experience. There is warmth in greeting one another, shaking hands, smiling, visiting, singing together, giving, then especially feasting on the meal that the pastor has probably spent many hours on preparing. And so much the more as you see the day approaching. We're living in biblical times. Events daily remind us that God's judgment is coming our way. Are you ready to stand face to face with Jesus? Blessings to you till next time. Bye for now.